Hi Aries, welcome to your November read. I'm using a couple of different oracle decks today, but before we get to them, let's see what's in your Celtic cross spread. Wow, okay, we're starting with the death in the heart of your spread. There are some changes going on, Aries, crossed by the Hanged Man. Okay, got the Two of Swords beneath, King of Swords in your recent past, Nine of Pentacles in your crown, Justice in your near future. That's a good one. We have the Hierophant in your advice. Wow. The Eight of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, and in your outcome, the Strength card. Really nice. Bottom of the deck, you have the Six of Wands. Wow, that's some awesome energy. The Magician and the Queen of Cups. You've got some big stuff going on, Aries. That Six of Wands is indicating there are going to be victories for you this month. They might not all be the kind of victories you want. The Six is still a minor arcana, so you might be getting some small victories, or you might be hitting a few markers along your path. Let yourself enjoy them. Enjoy the small victories, enjoy the small milestones. Even if this is not the final outcome that you're wanting, let yourself recognize that you are making progress, that you are successful. The more you recognize your success and acknowledge your success, the more success will want to come in for you. The universe responds to what we put out. So acknowledge and celebrate your victories. Share them with friends is another message I just got with that Six of Wands, because that's about being recognized by people around you. So let your friends celebrate you as well. If you're someone that doesn't like celebrating your birthday, I know it's not Aries birthday month, but if you've got Aries as your moon or your rising sign, you might be watching this. If you're someone that doesn't like celebrating your birthday, but the people who love you want to celebrate you, let them. It's more for them than for you in that case. And there'll be something that comes from that for you as well. Basically, November is looking like a really positive month for you. Amazing to have the victory card overseeing this read. Awesome. All right, the two oracle cards. The first one is from the Starseed Oracle. The back of the card there is really pretty. You have surrender to the sweetness. Oh, I love that. Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. Wow. There you go. Surrender to the sweetness. That's very much reiterating what I was just saying about that Six of Wands. Celebrate your victories. Enjoy those moments of sweetness. Enjoy your victories. Enjoy your milestones in whatever form they come, big or small. Celebrate them, enjoy them, share them with the people that you love. Make love to life. I really like that's an interesting phrase, but it's about opening your heart up to life, to pleasure and to joy. Find the joy where you can in life, and the more you recognize it, the more, just like that success, the more you recognize it, the more joy will come in for you. It will just build and build and build. That's what we all want. It's really prominent for you this month, Aries. Okay, from the Sacred Spirit Oracle, another gorgeous back of these cards. I love that one. You have spiritual evolution. Set your heart free. Wow, you got the same message basically. I love it. Set your heart free. Enjoy the sweetness. It's beautiful. Wow. The two messages together are basically saying that for you to progress spiritually, for you to evolve and continue evolving through your life, the step that you need to take right now is to set your heart free. I actually feel a little bit of the devil energy with that, about breaking free of chains that are keeping you limited, restricted, or held back in some way. It's like you've got chains on your heart. It's time to let them go, to break those chains and be free. And enjoy life. Find the pleasure and joy in life. Okay, amazing. Let's have a look at your main spread. The King of Swords in your recent past is, I got the words hard-won clarity. It's something that you gain clarity on, you've got vision on, your knowledge has expanded, but it has been hard-won. You've possibly been through something recently that you probably would rather not have gone through. But from that, you've gained clarity, insight, wisdom, and that feels like it's put you in a really strong position to move through this month. Just be mindful the King of Swords is quite cold. You've got a lot of warmth and heart and connection kind of going on with those three overseeing energy cards. So you want to make sure your heart does stay in play. You actually don't have any cups cards in this read. We'll see what comes out in the clarifiers. The vision and insight that you've gained, the wisdom that you've gained as this King of Swords, you've definitely earned it. And it's a really positive thing that you've earned. Your mind has been expanded, is what I'm feeling. You're seeing things from a much clearer perspective, but you do still want your heart to be part of this. Set your heart free. Don't let this clarity freeze out your heart. The King of Swords can be quite cold. You want to keep your heart involved. Okay. The Death card in the heart of your spread. Really, really powerful energies for that position. This is an ending, a dramatic transformation. Something is ending to create space for something new to come in. I kind of feel like this might be why there's this sense that you are blocking your heart a bit. There's something that you need to let go of. I had a similar message for someone else that when something ends, and we move away from it physically, sometimes our energy or our emotions can still be kind of entangled with it, and we need to release ourselves energetically, emotionally. That might be something you're holding on to. This transformation is happening. There's something new that wants to come in as a result of this death, and it's something that you're aware of. You know that this death needs to happen. The death never comes as a big surprise. If you are surprised by a dramatic ending here, it's possibly because you've been actively denying that this needs to end. But I do feel like you're aware that this needs to end. It's just time to release it, untangle those emotions and that energy of yours from this situation to allow yourself space to move through the grief or the loss or the transformation. It might not be a dramatic, heavy loss, but it is something that's ending and it is changing your life. But it's creating space for something new, something positive to come in. Remember, you're being overseen by that Six of Wands. There are victories here. What do we have under there? The Magician. You're taking charge of your life with that wand. You're creating the life that you want based on higher principles. This is as above, so below. And you're finding that emotional balance as a result. So whatever's happening with this Death card, positive things are on the horizon. The Hanged Man in your challenge is really interesting because I did say to you that you gain clarity and a new perspective on a situation. The Hanged Man is all about a fresh perspective, a higher perspective. What this is doing though, because he's sideways, instead he's put himself upside down to see things from a new perspective. In the sideways position, it's like he's coming at it from the same level, but just trying to see it differently. I feel like that's not going to be the most useful or beneficial for you. I get this sense that you're just trying to push through a situation, come at it from that cool logic, that sense of knowledge and wisdom earned from your recent experiences, and not from a space of intuition and heart. The Hanged Man takes time out. He removes himself completely from the situation. He's hanging from this tree and he's gaining enlightenment, gaining awakening in relation to this situation. But because there's a big dramatic ending, I feel like it's tough for you. So you're just trying to push through without really delving deep. This card is basically just asking you to honor this, to honor your emotions, to honor this transformation, and give yourself space and time to process it on your own in a quiet way, to gain the higher perspective, not just a new perspective. Because new or different doesn't always mean better, but the Hanged Man gets a higher perspective, which can only be better. So you want that higher perspective, not just a different one. Okay, I hope that's clear. I think I've got everything out I needed to say. Crown of your read, you have the Nine of Pentacles. That's amazing. Whatever the death is, whatever this transformation or ending is, while there's a need to emotionally process it, and I feel like that's key for you, there's an emotional component here and an energetic component. Materially, in your physical reality, you're doing really well. You're coping with this really well. You're coming across as really strong and certain. There's independence and self-sufficiency with this Nine of Pentacles. It's a very comfortable space in the world. It's like you're coping with this in the best way you can, and it's really, really admirable. I just don't want that to be a facade for you. If you need it as a facade for everyone else, that's perfectly fine. But just make sure you, again, bring your heart into this. Give yourself time to check in with yourself about how you're actually feeling about all these transformations. You might be getting a little bit irritable or short with people, And that might be a sign that you're actually needing a bit of time for yourself to let yourself grieve or vent or whatever it is that you're needing to do to cope with these changes that are happening. But again, everything is indicating really positive things are coming as a result of this. This is just this transitional phase that's going to be a little bit challenging for you, but you're so up to it. Bottom of the spread, the Two of Swords. I don't often get this message for the Two of Swords. Usually when I read the Two of Swords, I get the more positive aspects of it, which is about closing off your thoughts and quieting your emotions to hear your intuition. But for you, because of everything that's been coming through in this read, I actually feel that the blindfold and the arms crossed over the chest are pointing to the fact that you're not letting yourself look at your emotions, even at a deep down subconscious level. You're just trying to push through this. That positive go-get-em Aries energy is really, really impressive. But there is something here that you need to process. Your intuition is waiting to be acknowledged. It's waiting to be seen and heard. And all you really need to do is to give yourself time. It's a very quiet, still energy. She's taking time to be very quiet and still to try and hear the messages from above, from her intuition. Coming right underneath the Hanged Man, they're both basically asking you to do the same thing, to take time for yourself, to be quiet and hear what's happening within you so that you can see this more clearly, so you can see yourself more clearly, to understand yourself. I got the word respect. This is asking you to respect your emotions, to respect yourself and your process through this. So give yourself that time to do that. Everything's going to work out beautifully. It's all got to balance out. The Justice card in your near future. This is things coming into balance. Justice being served. There's a sense of rightness. Righteousness. I often get righteousness coming in with the Justice card. But it's very much about things righting themselves in your world. I do feel like you're going to come back into balance. Again, we don't have any Cups cards, but this is promising that this is on the way. We've got the Queen of Cups under here, and she's all about emotional balance and inner calm and inner centeredness. And I sense that the Justice is pointing to her, to that energy, that it's coming. But I'm still feeling like it's not quite here yet. This is just the promise that it is about to land for you. And it's not just your inner balance as well. This feels like something in your physical material life is actually going to come out in your favor. You're going to sign that contract for work. You're going to sign the lease for the new house. You're going to finally be free of some legal issue that's been hanging over you. There's something like that just, it feels like it's going to be finalized and it's going to come out in your favor. The balancing part of it, the internal balance, that needs to come as well, but I feel like that's not quite coming immediately with this finalization. But this is coming after this death. So do know that whatever changes are taking place, it's leading you towards this justice, this sense of justice, this sense of righteousness, of things finally balancing out. Then you just need to work on those emotional levels to balance out your emotions. And that is being promised with that Queen of Cups. Oh, there she is. Got the Chariot under there as well. Incredible. You are taking charge. You're coming back into that authority energy. I know that there was a sense that Aries had lost that confident authority energy for a little while. Like you just had a little bit of a lack of self-belief for a little while. That feels like it's coming back in more and more as we move through the year. And your advice with the Hierophant. Wow, he's a powerful spiritual energy. In alignment with this Two of Swords, I feel like you really need to trust the messages that you receive from above, to trust yourself, to be that spiritual leader, that guide for yourself. But it's also asking you to seek out advice if you need to from a spiritual authority. If you need help, if you need advice, particularly around all these changes that are going on regarding with that Death card, this Hierophant is asking you to seek that advice from someone you see as a spiritual authority. Trust yourself ultimately, because this is definitely part of who you are becoming, especially the Justice there. They've both got those red robes and that golden headwear, that wisdom, that golden crowns, that wisdom, that high wisdom coming from above. You can trust yourself, but if you need advice, seek it from someone who has more of a spiritual connection, someone whose wisdom and insight you trust. All right, we have the Eight of Pentacles in your external factors. Can I just say, I'm really feeling the fact that there's no Cups cards in here right now. Every time I try to tune into a card, it's actually hard for me to connect deeply with the read. The read feels quite disjointed for me because normally I connect at a heart level. That's the easiest chakra point, the easiest energetic center for me to connect intuitively. And because that aspect of you right now is not really showing itself, it's there. These cards are asking you to tap into it. It's there. I can feel it there for you. But the read is showing me that it's not being revealed right now. On the surface, it's just not evident. There's something through this month that you're not wanting to feel too much right now. And it's really fascinating, but it is making the read a little difficult for me. So I do apologize. But I feel like that's part of the read as well. So I'm not going to start from scratch because I feel like you do need to hear it. And hopefully when we pull clarifiers, we'll get a little bit more insight into that. But this Eight of Pentacles is almost weirdly like you're putting up a wall. It's the same energy I was kind of getting with the Nine of Pentacles in the Crown, where it's like you're working away and you're being very productive and the people around you are seeing you as someone who's doing a really good job and is being really successful and someone to admire. And you are creating something, you're doing something, you're mastering a skill, you're impressing the people around you, but there's kind of a wall up. You're doing all of this, you're putting effort into being independent and self-sufficient and working hard because you don't want people to get too close to you emotionally. That's the flavor I'm getting from that Eight of Pentacles, which is a very unusual message for that particular card. But I really had to look into it because I could feel there was something blocking me. There was something not letting me see into the heart of the matter, and that's because the heart is what's being hidden. And in the heart of your spread, because you have the Death card, there's so much change and transformation. And look, you may have actually lost someone close to you recently that has actually created a shift in your energy and made you view the world in a different way. And you've obviously gained wisdom and insight in this. But there's a need for you to still address the emotional component of that. Even if you feel like you've been grieving, there's something still here. And it's not letting itself be seen right now at this level of the read. Whatever you're doing with this Eight of Pentacles, if you need to keep doing that for right now, that's fine. It's actually really good. Like I said, this read looks really positive. It feels really positive. And on the surface, it is really positive. There's just something going on underneath that is not letting me see it clearly. And that's being emphasized by that Two of Swords at the subconscious level with the blindfold and the arms crossed over the chest. There's a lack of heart going on here. There's a lack of an emotional connection going on. So again, we'll have a look at the clarifiers. We'll see if something can come out from that. But you're doing okay. Like if this is the way you need to process this, then that's totally fine. Just make sure you do celebrate your victories as you go along. That will help bring in that joy, bring that sweetness back into your life again. You are on a spiritual evolution and that set your heart free. That was my key. That was the message that came through right at the beginning, that your heart might feel a bit trapped. And that's why I got that image of the Devil card. You do feel a little bit emotionally trapped right now. It's nothing to be concerned about. Like I said, if this is what you need to do right now, you keep doing it. You'll be able to move through it. You have the Strength card in your outcome. You're going to be fine. Well, I'll move on for now though. Okay. The Ten of Pentacles in your hopes and fears. This is you just wanting your security, wanting that sense of structure and family and legacy. It's Pentacles, so it's not the emotional component of it again. It's just the sense of feeling like you have a place where you belong, where you have that security, that place in the world, somewhere that you feel safe, where you have abundance, where you have a degree of self-sufficiency and independence and enough to sustain you and keep you comfortable, materially, physically comfortable. Again, I'm not even being shown your heart in your hopes and fears. Like you've really kind of blocked it. The fact that the Two of Swords is in the subconscious position, like I said, even at the subconscious level, you're kind of blocking it. But it's okay. Again, it's okay. We'll get there. The Strength card in your outcome. Basically, this is saying everything's going to be fine. You have the strength and resilience that you need to see yourself through this. And I feel like this is also promising you that everything you've gone through, this is a really powerful line of messages through here. It's a really strong line of story. And everything that you've gone through, all of this transformation, all of this effort you've put into sustaining yourself is going to put you in a really strong position to go forward. Now you just need to utilize that at an internal level to help your heart be free. What else I like, just before we move on to the clarifiers, what else I like is that in the Strength card, she has that infinity symbol in her crown. We've got the 2 crowns here and then the infinity symbol, which I feel like is pointing to the crown. And obviously, we've got the crown on the Hierophant as well. This infinity symbol is, for me, pointing to that higher chakra that's above the head that connects our highest spiritual principles into the material world. It's like you've gained a bit of enlightenment, a little bit of spiritual wisdom by the time you reach this phase, this time, because of everything you've been through. This is kind of that enlightenment that the Hanged Man receives when he sees things from a higher perspective. And it's again pointing to that as above, so below energy of that magician in there. I really feel like you're going to be in a really good position by the time you get to the end of November. Okay, let's pull some clarifiers for you, Aries. I'm going to start with the Death card and the Hanged Man in the heart of your spread, the 2 of them together. I suspect that 2 of Swords is going to come into play as well. They're sort of linked together, those 3, but we'll see what comes out. Okay, we got the 3 of Pentacles. Nice. It's letting you know you can go slow, take your time with this. The 3 of Pentacles is the apprenticeship card. In this deck, it's 3 friends on a road trip, just having a break, having a stopover and enjoying the journey. That's what you're allowed to do. You can enjoy the journey. I feel like that's part of this message as well. Surrender to the sweetness, pleasure, joy, make love to life. Start to try to enjoy life again. Hanged Man energy, take time out to look around and appreciate the sweetness around you. The 4 of Cups just flipped out. We finally got a Cups card. It is the card, though, pointing to the person who's closed their heart off. There's a sense of dissatisfaction or boredom or frustration, or in your case, I feel like it's a denial of your emotions, basically. You've closed your heart off, and what this card is saying is that the universe wants to bring in something new, something fresh, a new blessing. And it's trying to offer this to you, but if your heart is closed off, you won't be in a space to receive it. So yeah, just try to keep your heart open. If you can't keep your heart open right now, try to keep your eyes open for blessings that want to come in. You can at least acknowledge it. That will help your heart to set itself free. Oh, look, you got the Strength again. Oh my goodness. Oh, that makes me feel really happy. It makes me want to give you a big hug. I actually felt quite emotional when I saw that. It's letting you know you're stronger than you believe. You'll get through this. Whatever this is, you will be happy again. You will find the strength to move through this, to lift yourself above this. You're coping so well in the material world, the external world. You just need to look after and nurture your heart, your inner landscape a little bit more. But this is beautiful. This is mastery over the ego, and it's pointing at the traps that have kind of closed you off a bit. Those chains I was talking about with the devil, they can be released now. You're stronger than those chains. You can break free of them and set your heart free. You'll be fine, Aries. That's a really beautiful card. Okay, I'm going to pull on the Hierophant now. This is your advice card. We want to get a little bit more advice. Wow, the Queen of Cups. She's under there. She's come to the surface here. I love this particular Queen of Cups. This is someone who makes love to life. She loves life. She's so full of joy and self-satisfaction. She's just so content with life and with herself. I really feel like the advice coming from the Hierophant is asking you, when you seek advice from someone else or when you turn in to trust your own advice, your own higher wisdom, your intuition, it's all in relation to finding your emotional balance. You don't need advice on which job to take or where you're going to be moving to next or whether you should invest in crypto. That's not the kind of advice you're seeking from this spiritual being or from your higher self. This is an emotional issue, and it's about you finding that emotional balance, connecting your emotions back in with your material world again. Because you want to be able to enjoy the wonderful things that you're creating around yourself. That's part of why I've asked you to celebrate your small victories, because you want to bring that emotion, that joy, that pleasure back into your life again. It's just like that, surrender to the sweetness. She has absolutely surrendered to the sweetness. The colors are even similar, really, really pointing to that message. Oh, the Hierophant flipped over. The Hierophant clarifying the Hierophant. Amazing. And in this one, it's really emphasizing that inner knowing, that inner trust, because it's that third eye connection that he's made with that incredible bison or buffalo. Because it's pointing to the third eye, it's like using that inner vision to look at your heart, to look at your emotions. That's what this Hanged Man energy under there was wanting you to do too, to take that time out to look within and gain a higher perspective on what's happening without. But it's particularly about what's going on in your heart, what's going on with your emotions. It's really interesting. It's so funny that your emotions seem to be such a key feature of your read when we didn't have any cups until that Four of Cups came out. But that's the message that's been yelling at me. So whatever reason, there's going to be someone out there that needs to hear this. But you've got the insight that you need. You've got the vision that you need. You just need to put it on what you need to put it on your heart and your emotions. You also had the World flip over in the deck. That's the ending of a cycle, the starting of something new. This feels to me like it's pointing right back to that Death card in the heart of your spread, asking for acceptance. It's asking you to accept the ending and to embrace a new beginning. And you can do that by finding this spiritual center. The Hierophant has the ear of God. Listen to your intuition. Trust in the messages you receive and pour that insight into your heart to find that emotional balance and connect back in with the joy of life. Embrace this new cycle, Aries. You'll be fine. I'm going to pull on the Strength card now. The final outcome. We'll just see if it can let me know what this is pointing to and where you're going next. I might not get much, but we'll see. Whenever I pull on the outcome, I always hope that I might get some specifics, but I often don't. Okay, we got the Four of Swords. Beautiful energy. It's another one that's asking you to take time for yourself, connect in with your heart, receive higher wisdom, spiritual downloads. In this card, he's obviously just cruising in his boat. I actually feel like in this particular one, because he's holding his bow, it's asking you to lower your defenses a little bit, to rest, relax. Again, try to enjoy life from a space of restfulness and release those defenses that I was picking up from that Eight of Pentacles, oddly, and let other people in. Let your heart be shared with the people around you. The King of Swords, another King of Swords. You had a few doubles here, these two here. So right at the beginning and right at the end. I love that this is actually bookending this read, because this particular King of Swords not only has all the clarity, vision and wisdom that the traditional King of Swords has in the Rider-Waite Tarot, there's a lot more spiritual energy with this guy. And he points the direction with a real action-orientated posture. He's trusting the spiritual wisdom that he's received, which is what this Hierophant was pointing towards. And he's showing you the direction to take. And look, he's pointing straight down at this Four of Swords. He's asking you that the only action that you need to take right now is to rest and enjoy life. There's not a lot of doingness. You've got the doingness down pat for this month, I feel, Aries. Everything on the surface looks really good. This is asking you to take time now, while everything's great externally, to go within and process whatever changes have taken place and the subsequent changes that are taking place within you as well. Okay, interesting. The Seven of Wands. That's great. That for me is indicating that once you get to this endpoint, you have that strength and resilience, you can start using that insight, that wisdom, that higher perspective that you've gained from all of this experience to not just rest and take time for yourself, but to also move you away from anything that's making you uncomfortable now. It's time to build that bridge to take you to somewhere new, to start this new cycle. You might not be able to see where you're going. It's dark on the other side of the bridge, on the other side of the river, but it's somewhere new. It's the promise of somewhere new, and she doesn't want to be where she is. So she knows it's time to leave. She's built that bridge for herself. That's where you're going to be at the end of this, Aries. You're going to recognize that it's time to start making a change and to move towards something new. Even if you can't see what it is, it's the right call to make for you. Still not a lot of cups, but you got that really powerful, beautiful Queen of Cups who made her appearance twice in this. That's a really important message. It's about seeking out that emotional balance and finding joy in your life again. Now, bottom of the deck, you have the Moon card. That's really interesting. 7 of Cups and the Sun. Oh my goodness. This Sun really wants to come in for you, Aries. This is the joy. This is that pleasure, that surrendering to the sweetness. That's what this Sun is promising, but it's below the surface. There are a lot of options available to you. Choose the thing that brings you the most joy. The Moon card is about a lack of clarity. It's possible confusion over a situation, and I actually feel like it's pointing to whatever it is that's gone on with this Death card. Whatever changes come in, it has rattled you a bit. It's unsettled you at an emotional level. The Moon is a very quiet, inward focused energy, so you are feeling a little unsettled within. So even as things look amazing on the surface and your external world, there is a sense of uncertainty within you that this is asking you just to go within. The Moon is always asking you to trust your intuition, to go within, to let your inner light shine your path through the darkness, through the dangers, so you can move towards your sun, your sunshine. There it is. It's an interesting energy for Aries, but we're all going through crazy stuff right now. You're doing such a good job though, and you have the Strength twice, you have the King of Swords twice, you had that Queen of Cups appear twice. You're going to be so fine, Aries, especially with that Sun really wanting to come through for you. That's sort of, to me, a hint that the universe is wanting to bring it in. It's wanting to help the sun shine in your heart and in your life again. Find that joy again. Okay, let me pull 3 final message cards for you. Oh, the Star flipped out immediately. Incredible. Talking about the universe sort of being on your side here, that's the universe granting your wishes. Page of Cups flipped out as well. Yeah, this is right over the top of that 4 of Cups. This is asking you to keep your heart open to any offers that might come your way that help your heart to open to something new. And then we had the Emperor. That's you. Oh, I love that. I feel like that's what happened last month sometime, that the Emperor kind of appeared all of a sudden, and it was like, yes, there's the Aries energy. That's what we need. This is you coming back into your own again, Aries. These 3 cards are incredibly positive and they feel really solid, like they're on solid ground, and they have the heart right in the center with that Page of Cups. This is a gentle, fresh, new energy, a new love, but it's not forcing you to dive straight in. It's like just dipping your toe in, and that's enough. That's all you need to do. It's enough to bring you hope, to allow the universe to open that hope into a wish and bring in that wish fulfillment for you. And you stepping into that Emperor position as well. Another red-robed, gold-crowned figure saying that you have everything you need. You can make yourself into whoever you want to be in your life, Aries. This is completely in your hands. We had that Magician at the bottom of the deck underneath that 6 of Wands before as well. You're holding that wand. This is really up to you. And you want to be able to enjoy your life. So I feel like I'm not saying anything that you wouldn't want to do. You just need to kind of look after yourself in whatever way works for you, but let your heart be set free and embrace any offers that come your way just to see what comes from it. Now, interestingly, you have the Moon at the bottom of the deck in this deck as well, which is crazy. The Ace of Wands, the 3 of Cups under there, fresh new energy. And this is about being social. Oh my goodness, we've got the 7 of Cups under there as well. It's so funny. The 3 of Cups, the 3 fates, being social, connecting with friends. But yes, the Moon again is just saying that there is a sense of confusion or a lack of clarity. It's just a sense of uncertainty I'm feeling at a heart level, like below the surface. This is not something that's going to disrupt your world in a big way. It's all pointing to me towards something that's going on internally. That death card in the heart of your spread feels like it's having a big impact on you emotionally, energetically, and this is asking you to trust your intuition. It was basically everything that I was saying in that main spread before. And with that Hierophant coming through with that third eye twice, trust your intuition. Let that intuition, that heart, light your path through the dangers. Just as I said before, you're going to be so fine, Aries. You've got this Aries Emperor energy coming back in for you, and the universe is there to support you. So embrace this. Surrender to the sweetness. Best of luck.